I'm recovering to become a man who will be able to fight.
He had always been a fighter, a character that put him at odds with the Kanu regime when he stood up against President Moi to lead the clamor for multi-party democracy.
You would have to admit that this was a person with a special strength.
Matiba deserved the highest recognition, the highest honor in our country, but that is not what the leadership in this country gave him. Sometimes even the very first people who will send out condolences na rabi nyingi, the same people who have been at the heart of accelerating the process of death of this particular person.
A death they believe was precipitated by his detention in 1990.
Actually, the day he was arrested, I was with him and with Charles Rubia, and he was trying to have a meeting at the electricity house with his lawyer, Paul Muite. John Hamino was there, and I was there. And that day he was taken because the idea was to prevent a meeting that had been called the first Sabasaba Day on the 7th of July 1990.
We were not only isolated from the other prisoners, but we were also kept indoors for 23 and a half hours every single day. We were only allowed 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the afternoon.
So finally Matiba managed to get a handsome compensation award for his tribulations. But question is, did he actually get it?
The court decided the matter only 9 months ago. Not paid. Myself, I waited for my compensation from the government for 24 years. It was only paid when I issued a notice of going to the Supreme Court.
Yet Kihoro was pursuing an award that was originally worth just 400,000 shillings. Matiba's award was worth 945 million shillings.
His suffering must be a ticket to heaven, and I'm sure that's where he is.
And he is a person who has gone to he will go to his grave with a lot of honor, with a lot of respect from the Kenyan people, because in every way he never saw public service as a cash cow.
But just as he was athletic, even daring to climb Mount Everest, the world's highest mountain, he was a savvy businessman with interests in education, horticulture and tourism industries.
While in detention, the state would make sure that somebody was completely ruined economically.
Matiba's hotel chain that would have been a safety net after his detention was briefly taken into administration, and his Hillcrest school sold by administrators. He later managed to regain control of his businesses and sold some, spending his last years on his book, Aiming High, The Story of My Life.
He says it is an autobiography, and I can tell you, maybe one of the very, very few Kenyans who have dared to put their work, their public work, into writing. And a lot of this book is about good leadership in this country. And if only we listen to our prophets, and Matiba was one of them, I think our country will be in better shape.
Sylvia Tibet, Citizen TV.